Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Unlocking You 2.0. I hope everyone out there had a wonderful weekend. It's Spencer Bonin, your emotion and body code practitioner, and Balwinder Marwaha, your transformational leadership coach. So today we're back again with another awesome topic about boosting your immune system, especially in these times of maybe like winter's coming along, or whatever it is, and there's a lot of uncertain times right now, so it's really good to help boost our immune system, and we're going to talk about some ways to do that on the conscious and the subconscious. So without any further ado, today's topic is all about staying active and what we can do to do that, once again, both on the conscious and the subconscious. So I'm going to pass this right over to you, Valley. What can we do on the conscious side?
Awesome. Thank you so much for that, Spencer. So the reality is having a good immune system. Let's just talk about that quickly. The benefits it can have for you. Going into winter months, sometimes people will tend to get a little bit more sick, or with less sunshine, less vitamin D, that can impact you. But for me, my kids are back in school, and you know what that means, right? Tons of germs. So
Cesspools.
yeah. So, having that boosted immune system can really prevent you from getting sick. But not only that, the things we're going to talk about this week will just keep you happier in general, which also promotes your immune system. So,
Yeah.
um, we're talking about staying active today. And, being active doesn't have to be difficult. And a lot of people, and I love this because they hear exercise and they're like, what, extra fries? Really? Um, you know, it's it doesn't have to be difficult.
Yeah.
And sometimes we make it more difficult than it really needs to be. But exercise is any form of activity or being active. Going for a walk. Maybe you're jogging. Maybe you're running. It could be going to the gym. It could be going to the pool if it's open in your community. Um, but exercise can be so simple, and it can just be done at home. For me, example, my exercise, I play ice hockey once a week, and I exercise at home on a regular basis. I don't have a crazy routine, but it's enough to keep me, active and fit. Because let me tell you, as we get older, our body does become weaker, and
Mm.
you want to maintain that. So, you know, there's simple things that you can do at home. There's even tons of YouTube videos you can watch.
Yeah.
Go along with them. There's yoga videos. However you want to stay active. You know, whatever it might be that you want to do, it's easy to do. Now, I know and a lot of the thing I get from a lot of people, especially patients when I see them, is that, oh, when I try to exercise, it hurts. I'm in pain, or I'm not
Yeah.
comfortable, or my body gets sore. And that might be the thing. So maybe you're not doing the right exercise, or Spencer, subconsciously, what happens with this pain? Like, what is it that people can do?
Absolutely, and thank you so much for that. So, pain in general is a very, very interesting thing. Obviously, if you're going to be going to work out in the very beginning, you're going to experience a little bit of workout pains where it's like, hey, in your body, you're literally tearing the muscles, and it has to rebuild
Mhm.
itself to build more muscle and all that kind of stuff. But especially if you're not using them for a long time, so you got to kind of go through that part forward. But if you're someone maybe that's like every time you exercise, maybe you deal with like some sort of chronic back pain or maybe chronic knee pain, so you can't squat properly, or maybe something like even in the ankle, or maybe your shoulders bugging you or something like that, that's really preventing you from doing the correct exercises or utilizing your workouts, or maybe going out for a walk or going for a hike or something like that. Just something simple that's just really preventing you from doing that kind of exercise. And
Yeah.
with the emotion code and body code, it's incredible because it's so amazing with physical pain. We've seen, someone with chronic back pain with for 25 years. It's like boom, 1, 2 treatments gone. It's unreal. So if you're someone that's like, hey, I have this pain that I've dealt with for forever. It's just I can't go work out. Connect with us, because the emotion code and the body code, we can get in there and we can pinpoint specific events, specific energies, specific trapped emotions that are actually gonna, as mind blowing as it may seem,
Mhm.
can actually really extremely help with those physical limitations that you have with going to the gym and all that kind of stuff. So what else is going on consciously, Bally?
You know, staying active, it's really a routine. And it's something that you can't just do once a month or, once every couple of weeks. You need to do it regularly. And it's about doing it on a consistent basis. And, for you, it might be 3, 4 times a week. For some people, it's, 6 or 7 times a week. Find your balance. But I will say you want to be doing it at least 3 times a week.
Mm,
Okay. At least 3 times a week. Now, here's what happens is, and I've talked to people, and this comes up all the time when I'm coaching clients, is that, well, I've never been active my entire life.
mm,
Other than when I was in school, I, used to go to gym class, but I was never ever active. And maybe that's a family thing. Maybe your family was never active. You never see your parents participate in physical activity or sports. And that's okay. It's never too late to start. So, if you're not sure, hey, I've never done this before. Where do I start? What should I do? Let me tell you, there's like a million and one, and I'd probably like 10 million and one, really. You YouTube videos.
yeah.
It's so simple. Just find what gets you excited. Figure out what it is that you want to do when it comes to exercise. And if you've never done it before, if it's never been a thing in your family or it's never been important in your life, that's an easy changeover to do. Just
Mhm.
make it fun for yourself. But subconsciously, Spencer, maybe that's a lot harder for some people than others to start this new active routine or active lifestyle. What might it be?
Absolutely. So, subconsciously, especially if we grew up in the home that just, it wasn't valued, no one really worked out, maybe even they like downplayed exercise or whatever it is,
Mhm.
and really kind of encouraged maybe a mentality of maybe like laziness or, what have you. But it could have, now at this point, due to spaced repetition and constant, maybe even absorbed emotions or energies, now you might have this belief system that says, oh, well, it's just not important. Why would I need to do that? I can just make sure that I have, if I'm just eating, everything's fine. Doesn't matter what what I put in my body, doesn't matter,
Mhm.
what exercises I do, I'll be fine. And that could be a belief system that's in your body that's preventing you from doing any kind of activity. Now, the other thing that might happen, especially with you, you're talking about, finding a YouTube video, maybe if you've never gotten started with this before, there might be some sort of imbalance that's preventing you from wanting to try new things with this, right? Because that's that's the really cool thing with exercise and everything like that. And what you were talking about, YouTube, you could literally like search fitness on YouTube, close your eyes, go like this, and then hit the thing, and you're gonna find something that's probably gonna be pretty awesome. Not gonna
Yeah.
lie, you could do that. But some people just um they just might have a hang up on, oh, well, I don't want to even try that, or I don't want to try
Yeah.
something new, or I don't want to switch things up. So there might be something else there, belief system wise or energetically, that just might
Mhm.
be preventing them from wanting to try new things, or make exercise fun, or whatever it is. But once again, if this is you, like, if you have a hard time maybe breaking out of that, or have a hard time deciding, maybe there's some indecisiveness there. I've seen some pretty intense indecisiveness cases, myself included, back in the day. So, excuse me. There might be some stuff energetically going on there where it's like, hey, well, maybe we can remove that, and it's just a matter of getting started. You don't have to have the
Mhm.
perfect system. You don't have to have the perfect thing in place
Yeah.
for you to do it. It's just like, try something out. Let's try something new. We'll get the body going, get the stuff,
Mhm.
flowing and energetic going. And then, right then it just kind of starts to snowball. Then you kind of get excited about it. You try new things, you try new different types of exercises, whether it's weightlifting or calisthenics or maybe resistance bands. That's what I use at home.
Mhm.
There's various different methods out there, and you know, getting rid of this belief system that it's just not valuable is going to be the number one thing to get that out of the system, so you can start to
Absolutely.
propel yourself forward. So, with that, is there anything else you'd like to add on the conscious side, Valley?
Just a couple more quick things here, because I know we're starting to get up to our time here. But
Yeah.
the one thing that what I want to say is a lot of people, and I've had this all the time with patients, and especially in our South Asian culture. People will say, "Oh, well, at work I'm standing all day. It's so busy, and I'm like always on my feet, like that's active." Or, maybe you're working in a warehouse, or maybe you're doing some sort of job that requires a lot of walking, and you're, you know, stepping 10,000 steps a day every day. Well, that becomes your new baseline. That
Mm,
becomes your, hey, this is what my body is used to every day anyway. So you need to do something above and beyond that to actually get the full benefit from exercise, because it's the reaction your body creates. If you're working an 8-hour day and you're doing 10,000 steps over that 8-hour day, great. That's awesome. That means you're active. But it's not really considered exercise until your heart rate is elevated. And when your heart rate's elevated and you're breathing heavy, that's when the endorphins start to kick in your body and really make a difference. So, you know, keep that in mind. And then the last thing I want to say is that maybe you've tried this before. Maybe you've said, hey, I tried this routine, or, I got a gym membership and I tried going, but I didn't like it. It wasn't fun. Well, you know what? Again, what I said earlier, find something that's fun for you. Maybe
mm,
it's a sport. Maybe it's an activity. Um, you know, you, there's so many different ways to be active. It's funny because you think of yoga, and a lot of people are like, oh, yeah, yoga, great. But let me tell you, yoga is an incredibly insane workout. Like, I've been completely in like pain, in sore after doing yoga in the past, because it's
yeah.
such a good workout. So, don't get hung up on the, oh, I have to go for a run, or I have to do something crazy, or I have to lift really heavy weights for it to be exercise. That's not true. So if
Mm,
you've tried things in the past and they haven't worked, it's okay. Let's try it again and let's start over. But
definitely.
subconsciously, Spencer, you've tried this in the past, and now what?
Yeah. So you might have some definitely some trapped emotions from those past experiences, right? So like maybe you did try this out, didn't work. Maybe, but over
Mhm.
time, or maybe from that moment, it didn't work. So now you
Mhm.
have some sort of imbalance or energy that's like maybe like a spirit break, where it's like this thing where it's like you're just like, well, what's the point? Or maybe
Yeah.
that right there in itself, maybe you have a despair anchor or some sort of statement
Mhm.
stuck in your mind that's like, well, what's the point? Why would I do this? Or now you have a no will to work or put in effort in, energy that may have kind of developed out of the blue, because you tried it in the past and maybe it didn't work out the way you wanted it to, right? On
Mhm.
top of that, maybe you went to the gym and or did something active and there was something just really really embarrassing. So maybe there was something that you used to love and then you were
Mhm.
doing it, but then something really embarrassing happened, and now it's like you just avoid that like the plague now, right? Because you're like, oh well, I can't go back there because this and that happened.
Yeah.
When could be one of your escapes, and this could be like a form of active meditation. It could be a form
Mhm.
to really kind of get you in that flow of activity, so then get once again boosting your immune system. So there's a few things that could be happening in the background, and if that's you, if you're kind of hung up on the past experiences, you'll connect with me, connect with us, and we'll get that taken care of. Don't you worry about it. So with that, is there anything else you'd like to add, Bally?
No, you know what? I think that's awesome for today. I trust that everyone that was watching got value out of this. If you want to change your life, maybe you want a new career, maybe you want to earn some extra income, whatever it may be, we have an answer for you. And that's the best part of what we do with the Inside Out Institute is we work with the conscious and the subconscious mind, combine it together, help you become the best version of yourself, really turn your life around. Um, but then offer you a career opportunity, offer you the opportunity to earn income. What's great is Spencer and I do this, and we do this from the comfort of our own home. So we're totally loving this. So if this is something that you want to do, really change your life, take it to the next level, start a new career in helping others, then you want to connect with us. And this is how you do that. Check out our website, www.leadyourideallife.com. There's a couple of awesome short videos that you can watch there that'll give you an idea of what we're really doing. Um, and then if you have questions, reach out to either one of us, either via Messenger. Um, if you got our number, give us a call. But we're easy to find and easy to get a hold of. And then the last thing is that on Thursday night, we have an awesome webinar happening. It starts at 4 p.m. Pacific and 7 p.m. Eastern. This webinar will literally change your life. It will help you recover not only from your past traumas and teach you on, what can be done, but it's going to help you set the stage for making the rest of your life the best it can be. Now, last week we were full again. It is a free webinar, but we were full. So we've upped it up this week. We've actually decided to pay Zoom more money so we can fit more people. Having said that, though, that doesn't mean, oh yeah, there's lots of space. I don't need to worry about it. I'll do this. Well, let me tell you, tomorrow doesn't come. Okay, so go today, register for the webinar, and then join us on Thursday night to find out how we can help you make your life the best it absolutely can be, and not just for today or tomorrow, but really for the rest of your life. So, with that said, thank you very much, everyone, for watching. I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Take care.
See you guys.